Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. I have decided I am actually, after this, maybe later today, I'm going to write a list of the do's and the do nots for helpful tips on germinating. Now, I have done a germinating video already. And by the way, make sure you share this. But based on customers that as we speak, no one's on here yet, but I'm sure somebody will pop up very soon. The do's and the do nots of germinating. I'll get to that after the review. Drinking coffee out of my penguin mug. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge hockey fan. And I used to play ice hockey for 14 seasons. So today I will be reviewing Voodoo Chili Fever Dream with some sticky rice. I'm a huge fan of rice, as long as and peppers and penguins. So just go on Google and type in Voodoo sauces. We're going to go through ingredients. He incorporated infused flying dog fever. I kind of have my head down just to read this. Mango habanero. I've had a lot of flying dog sauces. Fantastic stuff. Mango, carrots, apple cider vinegar, pepper, a pepper blend with habanero and fatale. Peaches, which is and any sauce with peaches and stuff should go very well with sticky rice, because what do we usually have with rice is, now I'm having a brain fart. I don't remember. What's that stuff? I did not mentally prepare for this. Duck sauce as apricots, not peaches, but this could kind of be a spicy substitute from duck sauce. And let's continue. There's all kinds of ingredients here. In here, I've had this many times. Great stuff. Review done. Great stuff. We'll go through this. Pineapple juice, sugar, onion powder, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Lemon concentrate. So let's open this up. What I smell is that flying dog sauce. It's almost a slight hoppy scent with peaches. And I smell everything else, but mostly is that beer scent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to eat some. I freaking love rice for some reason. If you want to eat a million things in one, just eat rice. I had a little bit of butter to mine. Nobody's really on here, but I'm going to continue. You guys can watch from the beginning. I shared it onto my page. I am live. I'm going to add a little bit to my rice as the rice falls. I taste that beer, and then the peppers rush in, and like a peach mango flavor. So when you have sauces, a lot of times it comes in waves. Okay, we got somebody here. Tuna. Hello, tunas. Tunas hopes all the tunas are having a great day. This tuna's having a great day. So I'm reviewing this sauce from Voodoo Sauces Fever Dream. It's fantastic. And we got Crystal. What's up, Crystal Bouchard? Friend of mine. Check out her seasonings. If you have a link, you can drop it if you wish. So I'm doing sticky rice, which I absolutely love. I haven't had rice in forever. I was looking at sauces like, am I going to go live today? Let's talk about some subjects. I love communicating with people. I think I'm prone to going live as all this epidemic stuff happens, and I work alone anyway. So this seems to be a great substitute for duck sauce. Duck sauce is that sweet, syrupy, sticky, great flavored apricot. This is slightly sticky, sweet, peach, habanero, beer infused with Flying Dog. Has a little bit of a bite. And what you want. I see a lot in groups. People are like, let's go for the hottest, man. There's like zombies on the bottle, and it's just melting my brain off. Dude, it was so awesome last night. And then I made a sticker for myself, man. I made a freaking sticker on myself of me getting sick and all that stuff. So I guess, you know what? There's an audience for that. And I used to think that way, and I used to go that way. But as I've been around running this company for several years now and everything else, I have focused more on the gourmet side of things. Tuna has been looking into some seeds, vegetables lately, so much to learn. Yeah, check out jppepperseeds.com. I specialize in pepper seeds. And I like to give grow advice. Awesome, Crystal. I'm here to help out the community. The only thing I don't like on this is if it's a seed competitor and drops his link. I don't care for that. But we're in different things. No, I don't print my own stickers. I'm saying in the general community, these guys come in and they do challenges and they melt their brains off, they throw up, and then they make a sticker of themselves throwing up. I was just kind of laughing about that. You know, I used to do challenges and stuff like that. You can see my challenges. All you got to do is scroll down. What I need to do for my channel is start separating, like the old challenges, stuff like that. I have a thing on my phone, which I'm using my phone now. I can actually record my old videos and challenges with my phone as I'm on Facebook, and I could crop that, and then I could put some of those old reviews on YouTube. So that'll be great as well. So we're doing this, and then we're going to get into the do's and do nots of germinating. Look, I poured a bunch on here. I highly recommend this stuff. Like I said, when you go to Voodoo sauces, there's a gourmet aspect. He has great culinary ability. It's like matching wines up with either, what is it, shrimp and white wine, or you're mixing up with a red wine and a red meat. So when you're doing something like that, you can match up sauces with types of food. So like I said, I matched up Fever Dream with sticky rice, and it seems to work very well. A nice substitute and a successor of duck sauce. So, trying to let more people in here. Yeah. Drink some of my coffee. Yeah, I don't use pesticides at all. If I get aphids or whatever, I use ladybugs. I did some transplants today. This is absolutely delicious. You know, I feel there's nothing wrong for me to sit here in silence and just eat some of this stuff. It's a habanero level on heat. It's enjoyable. So go ahead and share this video. I'm reading some comments. I'm caught up. Good morning, good early afternoon, Crystal. How are you doing, my friend? So, I am really enjoying this. Like, really enjoying this. I'm loading up on this sauce. A lot of times I make my own sauce. I don't sell it. I was going to when I formed my company. Woo. You know, habaneros really don't make me sweat unless you have a whole bunch of them. I had about a quarter of the bottle already today. And as you can tell, I'm shoveling this in. I'm freaking starving. So, our topic is doing the review. Wish I had more butter on here. Freaking love butter. More coffee. So, when you guys watch these videos, if there's a subject that you want to see me make a video of, pre-recorded or live or both, let me know. It'll help me out. It really will. Your questions will help me out here. On Private Messenger, I like to keep that strictly business. Oh. All right. Let's do a transition. Germination. Tuna says, that's why it's best to know your source. Ladybugs are awesome. Do you have a special place you get them from? Brandon, the garbage disposal clerk, was looking for some. I have no idea who that person is. But where do I get them? I got some off of Amazon. I just go on Amazon. They got all your needs. I mean, there's a billion different places I go. A lot of it local. And they don't really ship. So, Amazon's your go-to place. Do Google. I mean, it's fine. Oh, keep in mind, ladybugs. They'll eat one ladybug will eat up to 50 aphids. The younger ones eat more than the older. So, okay, germination. Do's and do not. One of the things that came up in a subject last night, so I like to reflect my real life into these videos. And the more subjects and everything that I never even thought about or that somebody's doing and doing wrong, I could bring up without mentioning their name. I'm not here to embarrass a single soul. We all make mistakes. It's okay. We move on from them. And we learn from them. And it's reinforcement not to do this. So, one of the mistakes, and I'm hungry, I'm sorry. I gotta keep my weight up, right? One of the mistakes one of my customers had last night. He's like, yeah, man, your seeds are great. Thank you very much, blah, blah, blah. He's like, but when I first started germinating them, I had a hard time. It's like, I had horrible germination rates, this on that for certain types. I said, all right. I'm like, I'm busy. I just started falling asleep last night, but I'm like, the guy I am, I'm like, all right, let's talk about this. And I learned to ask the right questions. So that means I'm becoming self-sufficient on helping others. So the more communication and the more detail I can get from others, it helps. Okay. First of all, did you use a germination mat? The individual says, yes. How long did you try to germinate? 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, well, you should have went longer. Okay. Here is the do not. This is almost the whole basis of the video besides the review. This individual, and he's not the only one, and I'm not calling him out, tried to germinate seeds, my seeds, on his back porch during the winter. It was 40, 50 degrees out. Germination rate, he's like, oh, the germinating mat brings up the heat. And your seeds really didn't great. Some germinated, but a lot died. So must be something wrong with your genetics if the seeds are popping up. No. So this subject and category, I could even make maybe a meme on this. Environmental temperatures are important. You know, say we'll use this as a prop. Here's here's your reservoir tray. Here's your germination mat. Your germination mat usually brings 10 degrees warmer than the environment. Okay, so if he's trying to germinate in 40, 50 degrees, you still can get seeds to germinate, but your germination rates are not going to be high. So what you need to do is have your environmental temperature around 65 to 75 degrees. In between 65 to 75 degrees in order to get 80 degrees. To get a nice germinating temperature. Because you're going to work against yourself. And another thing is planter cells. They're shallow. I don't always fill them up all the way. Make sure they don't dry out. They germinate faster. In the past, let my mistakes and let my other customers' mistakes be your guide to success. So if you try to germinate, and I've seen some of the newer guys and even some of the older guys in the groups use red solo cups. Planter cells are, I'm trying not to drop dirt in my rice, but planter cells are about this size. So you're doing 1, 2, 2.5, about, we'll say 2. 2.5 times the height for all the temperature. And a lot of times you put your seeds in here, push your finger down and drop a seed. So now all the heat has to come up all through there. So now it's going to take longer to germinate in a red solo cup compared to a planter cell. And once again, I didn't realize a lot of people were doing this. They're trying to germinate in a back porch during the winter. I never even fathomed. And today's Pee Wee's Playhouse big word is fathomed. I never even fathomed somebody actually trying to germinate. You know your temperatures. You get your instructions. I'm here to help people on my seeds, not general grow, except for on YouTube. And your environmental temperatures are like Alaska. And that's just going to work against yourself. So that's the do's and the do nots. And there's probably some more. So today, if I get a chance, which I might, it's Friday. People say Happy Friday. You know what it is? A Seed Vendor's Friday is basically an everyday person's Monday. Because I work that much. So I will be sitting in and at my desk and writing down. And I will start using some of my live videos. Maybe I'll make a chart. The more self-sufficient I can be with customers, either I make a meme of something or a quick video right to the point. These are long-winded. These are coffee drinking videos. These are connecting with people videos, but the pre-recorded ones, I'm busy, but I don't want to shun anybody. I could just give them a link. Boom. How do you germinate? I lost the instructions, or maybe I didn't get it with it, or I didn't buy from you, but I need help. Here's a link. Watch this. Thanks. Okay, do's and do. Oh, I'm having problems germinating. Here's some do's and do nots. Please watch this video and correspond with me back. They'll be like, that's the problem. My environmental temperature, either somebody tried to germinate on a back porch, Here's another one that happened is greenhouses. Some of the, oh, my greenhouse is heated, but the outside temperature, which affects inside the greenhouse, and it's thin plastic, it's not the professional plexiglass. So what ends up happening is the environmental temperature for outside the greenhouse affects that. You might have a weak heater, like a space heater, like a small space heater, which isn't going to do much. I never recommend kerosene heaters. They take a lot of oxygen out, and they'll take oxygen away from your plants. But space heaters are fine to use during cold nights or whatever. But you got to have your environmental temperatures. You know, you could have the best germinating mat. You might set it at 85 degrees. But if you're, once again, I mean, it's crazy. I went through an individual last night, actually, and I can't believe how nice I was to this person. I was like, listen, okay, you know what? I got a plethora, one of my other favorite words, I got a plethora of seeds on this. 7-pot pickle. That's what the seed was. And I'm growing it again right now, so I know my germination rates are great. I know other people's stuff is great as well. So this individual told me, oh, I had horrible germination rates. And I found out he made an order. I gave him free ones with the order, so that's free. Didn't realize that, but I knew he placed orders. I gave him free on top of the free, and then he complained about the free. I gave him free on free on free. This is like a bad insurance company or a bad tax company. Free on free on free or something like that. I don't know. I'm just winging this. That's all I do. I drink a lot of coffee and I wing these videos. So, something to keep in mind. If you have problems germinating, it might be your environmental temperatures. So, I figured, you know, hey, let's do something fun. It's Friday fun. Fever Dream Voodoo chili with some sticky rice. We'll talk about the do's and do nots of germinating. Also, if there's other topics you guys want to talk about, let's do it. So let's go to the comment sections. A lot of times I'm actually turning them, they're on, but I don't see them because I get easily distracted. Just the way I am, I guess. TGIF. All right, whole bunch of, I love this. Woohoo! Thanks everybody. Do me a favor, man. 6 people here. Let's see 6 shares. I want to see 6 shares. And when I say share, I don't mean Sonny and share. Share the video. Okay, Tuna. I'm loving you today. I'm loving you, Tuna, because you're being very interactive, and I love it. It makes my day better. It gives me motivation. It gives me energy. That brings up to a good point about reviews about germination rates. Tuna has seen some reviews where people complained about bad germination rates, so Tuna wonders how many times it's human error. I wonder about that too. And you know what? I'm possible of making a mistake too. So I try not to rule anything out, but I am growing from my own seeds, and I haven't had a single issue. Not this year. So, Zach Dixon, thank you for being here to the show. Make sure you share this if you will, like on Facebook or another social media. So, Zach says, I think it would be great if you provided some content for feeding peppers. When, how much, and what kind of nutrients? Yeah. Okay, thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, I could get into that. You know, that would be a perfect show for me to do a pre-record. And the reason why it would be better for pre-record, because I could pop up charts. Now, plants. Now, I am going to eat as I talk. So, fat guy with a mouthful of food, right? Your plants will tell you what they need if they get bubbles on it and stuff like that. It could be a calcium deficiency, leaf curl, stuff like that. Also, inspect your plants constantly. It depends. There's variables, but I can get into variables. You know, if you use Pro Mix, you're going to need more nutrients because A lot of pro mixes, some have nutrients, some do not. So you have to correspond your soil with your nutrients. Now, if you go into hydroponics, that's a whole different ballpark. And then you're going to have to go with, you're going to have to do constant nutrients and stuff like that. And they'll be on the back of your bottle. A lot of times for hydroponics, they'll get into the stages, What you want to start with root development. Your roots, that they're basically your tongue of your plant, if you will. And they're to soak up all your nutrients into your plant, into your stems, into your leaves, into your flowers. So you got to work on root development. Then as the roots are formed, and they're always growing, always, then you want growth. And you get a little bit of growth, you want nitrogen. And then when you don't want too much. You don't want too much, but a little bit goes a long way for everything. So then when you go up, and then you got a nice full developed plant, better shaped peppers will come with fully developed plants. There's people producing my stuff right now, and I am eating during the video. Not a well-balanced meal here. Sticky rice with sauce. So, once you get through, very important, another thing I need to write down as a note. There's people excited, and it's fine. I still do this once in a while. I get a plant that I'll grow for 1 foot or 2 foot and let it produce. That way I got some peppers, even if they don't ripen, I got some peppers to cook with. They're fresh peppers. We're all excited about fresh peppers. That's the big thing, in the groups. The sauces, and people like the extracts, and people, mostly, the majority, fresh peppers. That's where it's at. That's the cutting edge stuff. There's nothing better than fresh peppers and fresh pasta. So, as going through the nutrients, you want to work on your root growth. So you want to look towards root hormones and stuff like that. Then you work towards, you want a full spectrum of things, but you don't want everything at once. And then towards the end, you want blossoms. And so what creates blossoms? Potassium and phosphorus. Those things. And I'm not a botanist by any standards or means. So, but as far as what nutrients to use, it depends what soil you're using, or if you're doing hydroponics. So it's an endless discussion. I will say something though. I did notice something on a sponsored ad, and people can correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. That way I learn, because I don't know it all. We can learn from each other. But basically, remember, 95% of the time I'm right. A, there's a nutrient company out there, and it looks like they're geared towards marijuana or whatever, but they're pushing in the pepper group, some of them, some of the smaller groups. They said, this is their commercial. They're like, okay, hey, here's our nutrients. Throw this out, throw this out, throw this out, throw this out. Now you just use one bottle. It's got everything. Why would you use all these bottles? And I think to myself, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but why would you want decent amount of levels of this nutrient and decent amount of levels of this nutrient for different stages of your plant? Some of those nutrients, if they're at decent levels, or they can actually create nutrient block. So I'm thinking, why? Maybe there's something that they're doing. Maybe it's actually time released. I don't know. I doubt it because it's a liquid. But yeah. Also, when I do side subject. When I get into a sauce, I sit there and not binge it through the day, but like through the week. So it's like Voodoo sauce week. And then next week, I'll probably get back into hotheads. Tim Myers, hotheads, hotheadsofficial.com. So there's that too. So I'm going to look at the comments here in a second. This is my lunch. I will be doing pepper reviews. Let's check out those comments. Okay. Hey, Joe. Nice to see you here, man. Tuna, you're cracking me up, man. You're talking about yourself in a third party. Yes, hit that thumbs up. Share it, share it, share it, share it. We got 11 people on here. That's not bad for me. Matthew Maxwell. I'm brand new to this and just excited to get started. By the way, I think you made an order with me last week. By the way, is it Matthew Maxwell that I personally know in my life that went to Slippery Rock? Or is it that Matthew Maxwell that's down south somewhere? Both of you guys buy from me. I just know one personally and one just through orders. What's up, Frog? Tuna was looking into these grow bags. Apparently there can be issues with those, as well as concerns with BPA, etc., and plastics, and so much to look into. Grow bags are fine. There's cheapy ones I don't know about, man. I just don't know about. They look like plastic bags. I'm not an expert on those, but maybe I'll look into those just to help others out, like in these live videos. These grow bags are fine. I see where you're going with, and that, I respect it, man. I totally respect that. The environmental. You got to respect your environment. These grow bags are fine. I was looking to see if there's ingredients on there. When you buy grow bags, look at your ingredients. Some of the cheaper ones I'm kind of skeptical about. I buy a lot of grow bags locally. You can Google search it. You can get deals. I bought cheaper ones, cheaper fabric, and they usually fall apart. And I wash them. I will wash them, and then double rinse them, and then dry them. But, oh yeah, I mean, grow bags are fine. Oh, there's something else. I don't know if you know this. As I look at my buckets, if you want to know if something's food safe, your government stamps plastic buckets. Not all plastic buckets are safe. It depends what was in the buckets. And there's a chart. Go to Google and type in environmental food safety buckets. That's not real smooth how I said that. But there's charts, there's numbers. Here, I'll pan to what I have right here. Those buckets right there, they're number 5s. If you look on your food safety chart for buckets, your standard is a number 5. And number 5 will be listed on the bottom of your bucket. So they will be safe. Let's go back to comments. That's good too, grown into the soil. Small pots. Yeah, I mean, it all depends what you want. I like pots. I'm in Pennsylvania, and actually, this is one of the best things I could tell you for containers. Go to your local nurseries. They give them away. They throw them out. There's a local nursery 6 minutes from me. I happen to know the owners. I've known them for a very long time. They're very, very good people. And I went to them. I said, hey, I started this company. I went up to them like 5 years ago. I said, I started this seed company and everything. I need containers. I noticed you got a plethora over by the dumpsters. They're like, oh, no, 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 no. We might use those, so we're not going to give them away. It was like half filled up to their fence line. I was choking on some sticky rice. Anyway, so then I went back the next year. It's like overflowing. The wind's blowing. They're blowing all over the parking lot. And I'm like, so you possibly can't use thousands of those. Well, they ended up giving me about 100 of them. And then I looked online. They were $60 to $80 a piece because of the quality. And they were food safe. And yeah, they were thick plastic and 15 to 25 gallons. And if you're behind on your grow, you don't want to use a 25-gallon container. And it's kind of questionable for me to even use one here. And I start early. For example, I used, when I was growing Baines strain, I'm still growing it, but before I released it, I remember that year, I grew most of it in 5-gallon buckets. And it was almost root bound. I had to water constantly, and then I had a 25-gallon container. I had better yields on the 5 gallons compared to the 25 because the roots kind of stopped. They were filled in there. Yeah, I had to water a little bit more, but I didn't mind. I don't mind work. I don't mind drinking coffee, But the 25-gallon container, the roots are still trying to fill the entire container. So they were working on roots more than yields. All right, so I'm getting important messages in, which I might have to read soon. Yeah, so I think just because of my urgency with others, I think I'm going to conclude this. Yeah, I got to space my stuff out from here to there to there. All right. If there's questions on here, I will try to come back a little bit later to answer them. I might make some notes from this video, from comments. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you share, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Thank you all very much. Oh, yeah, I'm getting blown up. All right. Check you all later. jppepperseeds.com. Seeds will keep. Buy up, buy up, buy up.